I'm family. Look, man, this is not no motivation I'm going off of right now. Hold on. I'm gonna put y'all this way. In front of the sun. Oh, not in front of the sun. This is not no motivation I'm going off of right now, humble family. This is straight hunger right here. I'm hungry for this. I want this so bad. I want this success so bad. And I seen that it can happen. I seen that it can happen. If you look at my previous video, I showed y'all the little transformation that I went through as far as body wise and as far as the weight loss. But not only that, it's starting to shape up. And I can see the vision of how my body can look if I take care of it. So once I saw that, it made that belief that much more. I remember when I used to just vision that, back when I was 250 pounds, first wanted to start this weight loss journey. I remember, starting just visualizing that, meditating on it, just seeing it. And now I can actually really, really start to see it. I can really start to see it happening. But I know it's from the work that I've been putting in, the nonstop work that I've been putting in. I'm not worried about the days that I took off. I'm not worried about the days that I slept. I don't care about that. I didn't get the best out of me because I'm still here and I'm still doing it. And I never gave up. That's the important part, humble family. Never, never, never give up. You gotta keep pushing. All right, that was just a little bit of motivational talk I wanted to talk to y'all. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is not getting tricked out of your spot, man. Don't get tricked out of your belief by another person. Okay, not everybody out here wants to see you win, right? We should know this by now, especially when we on our journey, when we separate ourselves and isolate ourselves. A lot of people start to get tense about it. Sometimes friends may think you're trying to think you're better than them. A lot of different energies can go past, and you can really see who was there for you and who wasn't, just by you separating yourself, right? Because you want to take time for yourself. You want to get to know yourself, because that person is not you, right? So you're working on yourself. And when these people tense up, they might still hide a mask as they're still your friend, as they're still a good associate of yours. You may not call them friend, but you still associate with this person. You still tell them, some of your business is not something personal, but you still tell them things. You vent to that person sometimes. You talk to that person, right? So they might wear a mask, and they might not even know that you're on your journey. But some people, like I said, man, they sheep in wolf clothing, or is it? It's one of them, right? Sheep in wolf's clothing, right? Or is it wolves in sheep clothing? That sounds more appropriate. They put on this mask, and they might not know that you're on your journey, but they just see that glow on you. They see that you're glowing. They see that you're doing good for yourself, and they don't like that. They don't know what it is. They don't even know what you're doing, what's going on, but they just don't like the fact that you're doing better, that you might be doing better than them, because they might, at the time, feed into a lot of negativity. They might feed into a lot of negativity, and they always miserable and mad and upset. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of people out here. So the main thing I want to say is, don't get tricked out of your beliefs. So I went through the situation at work where, I'm not trying to tell y'all the whole story, because y'all really ain't gonna care, but it's some changes going on at work, right? Some with the routes and everything. So a lot of stores I'm not gonna have anymore. But basically, I knew, what I think I wanted to handle at that time is two separate things. It's a large format and a short format. Not going to go into it, but I wanted to do the short format. So even the short format is longer stops, this and that, but it has its perks. So I knew I wanted to do that. I just was like, I hope I get that, because that's good for me. That's easy for me. I can do that. And, I still have a lot of the same stores and this and that. So basically, I got a call from a coworker saying that that's what I had. What would I prefer, the large or the small? And I was like, I'd choose the small. And he was like, for real, the small? And then he just started telling me all these negative things about it, all these negative things about the small, having a small. And me being so vulnerable and so not believing in myself so much, I went on and I was like, dang, he was like, would you want to do the large? And I said, yeah, I'll do the large format, yeah, because that sounded right and everything like that. Humble family, stand on what you want to do. Don't look. You can listen to the advice that other people may give you, but if it don't work out for you, or if you feel strongly about your decision, go with your gut, go with your heart, because that's all that's going to matter at the end of the day. Okay, I should not have said anything. I should have kept what I had going. I should have kept what I had going, because I'm just sitting back and I'm just thinking about, I'm like, man, why the heck did I do that? But I'm more disappointed in myself as why didn't I stand my ground? I let myself get tricked out of what I wanted to do, out of my belief, what I wanted to do. I let myself get tricked out of that just because of a little bit of negative talk. That's you second guessing yourself. That's us second guessing ourselves. We're not doing that. We're trying to become better, right? We're trying to evolve. We're trying to be more Christ-like, right? Christ did not second guess himself. When he said he could do this, when he said he could turn water to wine, when he said he can do this and that, he did those things, right? Right? He stood on it. He never second guessed himself. Don't second guess yourself. Even if it sounds good and stuff like that, if that's what you standing firm on, stand on it. Because like I said, these people do not care about you. When I sat back and really thought about it, I'm like, man, you know what? Like, he didn't help me out. He did that on purpose, probably to help another person out who didn't want the large for a man. He probably was like, hey, I got you, or something like that. And I could be wrong as well, but that's kind of the vibe I got, right? So it's like I'm cool about it, and I'm gonna get into that too, right? But like I said, don't let yourself get tricked. Stand on what you stand on, okay? Now, the second part I want to say is I was mad at it a little first, and I was never mad at him. He didn't do anything wrong. I was the one that got tricked out of it, so I'm not mad about it or anything. I'm not mad at him or anything like that. Now, when I was looking at it, I said, okay, it is what it is now. I got this. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to go back and ask, can I get this? No, I'm going to face it head on, because another part that I believe about that is God is talking to me. God is trying to open up a door, leading me to a door that he might want to be open for me. Okay, because me having a large format is going to bring on more challenges, a lot more challenges. It's going to bring on a lot more challenges. It's going to bring on a lot of new faces. It's going to open me up more to more of the delivery world than what I was doing. What I'm saying? I was part of it. I was already doing it, but I'm just not going to have any like small stores anymore. I'm gonna have all large. So I'm not used to that. I'm used to having like probably about 3 or 4. So having them all day is just crazy, But and you probably thinking like, how you get tricked out of that, But he was saying some good stuff, man. He was good, man. I tell you what, man. But that's just me second guessing and not believing in my own theory, because they both got his own pros and cons, right? They both has his own pros and cons, like anything really. Just the small just sounds a little bit more, but it's more of what I'm comfortable with, right? But I sat back and I thought about that, like, okay, that's what I'm more comfortable with. That's what I know I can do for a fact. And I know I can do the large too, but the small was just going to be easy for me. That's not where we're at in our journey, right, Humble family? We don't want anything easy. We don't want anything handed to us. We don't want to be comfortable. This is going to put me out my comfort zone. See, God don't place nothing that, even though I say like I feel like I got tricked and that might have been like evil and wickedness, God is not going to allow anything without his command. Okay, God is not going to allow anything to happen without his command. So he allowed that to happen. And he probably thinking like, well, how is my child going to look at this situation? And like I said, I was a little upset about it at first, mad at myself. But I started thinking about these things. Like, it's going to bring new challenges. It's going to put me out of my comfort zone. It's going to, I feel like, open me up more to more probably like I could be manager position. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to bring, because I'm dealing with more corporate than anything. Okay, so it could open up a lot of doors for me. And like I said, God is not going to place anything that I can't handle in my life, no matter if the enemy did it or not, right? So with me saying that, I know I can do it. I know I can be successful at it. I know I can. I just got to believe in myself. And the first part of believing in it is thinking positive of it, not thinking in a negative standpoint about it. You can easily get mad at something like that, especially when you got tricked out of a position that you had and bagged that was easy for you. You can easily be upset about that, have an attitude all the time and stuff like that. But where is that going to get you? Nowhere. it might get you that position back. Like, all right, he crying about it and stuff like that. Just give it back to him and this and that. And then what, you gonna be happy about that? You gonna be happy because you cried about something? Like, no, man, come on, man up, man. Maybe this is an upgrade for me. Maybe God, I'm allowing God to talk, allow God to speak. So these things that's happening in your life that you like, I could have controlled it. I'm not going to say I couldn't control it, but I didn't. So I can't control it now. Okay, I'm not going to go back. So things that you can't control, go through it, because God is not going to allow anything in your life that's not going to happen. All right, humble family. That's what I wanted to say, man. But look, like I said, I know this video is kind of long and stuff like that. Thank y'all for listening to me. If y'all stayed this long, I know sometimes I could ramble and stuff like that, but humble family, what I'm doing right now, and I'm just pouring into my cup. I'm trying to fill my cup. I'm trying to fill my cup, so that I can open up this humble community to y'all, and so we can just become like a real family. Like, I want all of us to communicate. I want all of us to just have this safe space where we don't feel judged or none of that. We just give our testimonies and we sharpen others' iron. Iron sharpens iron. You know, we sharpen each other's minds. We come up with ideas. We work together. We can change. We can change the world. We can spark the minds to change the world. We can change our communities. We can do all this, but it starts with us first. So we gotta put the work in ourselves first. That's why y'all see me out here damn near every day. I'm either at the gym or I'm doing my run and jump roping, which I'll probably see the most. I'm not recording in the gym, but yeah. So you know what I'm saying, humble family. But it starts with the work within us first. So let's get to it, okay? But yeah, I'm filling up my cup, man, so I can just pour it, man. When I'm pouring, I want to open up everything. I want to just open up this community, but I got to get ready for that leadership position. I got to be ready to do that, because that's a big thing. Starting a community, that's big, that's huge. You know what I'm saying, humble family? But it's possible and it can get done, and that's what I'm trying to do. All right. So thanks again, y'all. Stayed with me this long, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all always. Y'all stay blessed, stay prayed up, stay smiling, and I'll see y'all next video. I'm out.